Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Monday. How is everybody doing? Let me just click on Instagram. Hope you've had a fantastic weekend. Hope it was really good to you. I hope you guys are enjoying the heat that we've got at the moment if you're in the UK, because you know what it's like.
It's going to be about a week, basically.
Yeah. Exactly. For those that don't know, this is LABRISH Live. This is where we talk about our favorite reality TV shows from a Black perspective. And at the moment, we are talking about Love Island season 11, episode 19 and 21. Is that correct? Yep. Okay, perfect. I'm all things sugar and shade, Sade. Hey. And I'm here with...
I am Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely.
Yes. And we've got all the details for you today, all the goss, or all of our opinions, I should say, from what happened in the last 2 episodes. So before we get into things, guys, you know what to do. Can you book the like button, please? Book it on entry. You guys have been doing really, really well so far, so really appreciate it. So before we get into who's in the chat, Nana, what else can they do to get closer to us?
You can sign up to our YouTube membership, which is full of goodness at the moment. We give you an extra episode every week as well from our main show, where we could be doing dilemmas or having private chats that you can come in on, and it's only $1.99. How much are they?
$1.99.
Just $1.99. You too can be in the chat and be a part of the Blue Star crew. Like, you see them all over the place. Like, join the fellow Labrishers. Just sign up. The link is already in the chat, and throughout the chat I will be adding it as well. So you can sign up for just $1.99.
Amazing. So guys, you know what to do. Blue Star gang. Do you know what I mean? And people, who's in the chat? Who's saying hi to us today?
There is a lot of folks in the chat. I'm really scrolling. You guys were in here talking about Love Island USA as well. So Abyss actually came in an hour early.
Oh wow, Abyss. Love that for us and you.
Is in the chat. Erin, Proverbs, KW, Simi, Shantae, Yvonne White, Newbie, scrolling. Let's see. Sonia Barley's in the chat as well. Ara, Monica, Aaliyah. Hey guys. I think I said Yvonne, but if not, Dammy is in the chat as well. Babita, Judy, Aaliyah.
Got a full house.
You, Danielle. Thank you guys. Miss G, Rudo, Peter, Janelle. Ashes to ashes.
Yes.
Big up.
Everybody's here. Hi guys. Welcome. So to start off with, we're going to chat a little bit about Friday's episode, episode 20. The main things that happened from my perspective, and you can add to this as well, was first off, Omar checking Sean on Friday's episode. What did you think about that? Do you think it was right? Do you think Sean fully understood
what was taking place?
What Omar was saying? Yeah.
Yes. No, I think Sean got the message. He just didn't care. And I needed Omar to be, I mean, you know, they're going to edit it the way they're going to edit it, but I wanted him to be a bit more straight to the point and not use so much slang, because I think that was just going over like his head, like it's just flying directions. But at least he did it. So I was proud of Omar for just being like, you can't treat me like a chief. I felt like they were being a bit intimidated by him. And so it was a bit of a white male, like, let's chief up Omar type of thing. I think Friday was the beginning of the let's chief up Omar. So I was glad that he was seeing like, no, don't try and take me for an idiot.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was a bit much though, I can't lie, because like, isn't that what they do? Like, do you know what I mean? That you're chatting to someone, so anyone can pull anyone for a chat. So on that principle, I was just like, what is this? But then on the kind of like respect level, do you know what I mean? Like, I thought we was boys. So I was a bit...
That's his brethren, isn't it? Like, that's what, as even Thing said, that's his closest friend. Can you really do that, even in the spirit of the game, to your closest friend in the villa? It's out of order now.
But the game is the game is the game. That's my other, like, I don't know. I just think it's like silly for Omar to think that that could ever be his friend. Like, I thought that was just a miscalculation, a judgment and stuff. Yeah.
So we have. I'm going to go to Nads,
Mm-hmm.
who is a part of the Blue Star crew. Says, I like Omar, but I wasn't really a fan of Omar trying to intimidate Sean's situation.
Yeah.
I think, depending on how long they'd been talking for, which I feel like maybe they hadn't been talking for that long and then he interrupted, that's a bit out of order.
I don't know about that, actually. So 1 second. Someone on Instagram is asking for our page. Sorry, 1 second. Let me just send a link quickly. But if you search your Aunties Could Never on YouTube, it will come up. Temi. Is that Temi? Temian says T Diamond. Let me just put in the link real quick. Sorry. My page is for you. So what was you saying?
I'm gonna do Dammy now. Says, Dammy J says, well, no, Omar did not see Sean as competition, and now Sean was working overtime to get Matilda's attention. Yeah. It could. I don't know. I just think Sean was being a little bit too desperate.
You think he was too desperate, but then wasn't Omar doing the same by having that conversation? Because it's like, you can't intimidate him not to talk to Matilda. You can't. That's not the game. I mean, well, maybe it is, but it didn't work.
No, it didn't work at all. It didn't do anything. But I guess you gotta like do. Okay, I think what he was saying was fair. We can't like interrupt each other. We should just wait for our turn, and then that's how it should be. But we shouldn't go in trying to like, you're talking to her, so I'm gonna go over and chat to her and steal her. Okay? Like, I was like, yeah, let's have a little bit of code. I understood what he was saying. It was just a little bit too bravado-ish. Like they could have.
I don't know.
Iris says he was trying to intimidate him.
Yeah, I think so. Because he tried, like, he fully code switched. Do you know what I mean? He fully code switched, because on a day-to-day, Omar wasn't talking like that. Do you know what I mean? But now it's like a serious issue, like, you disrespected man. So, do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'm not too sure if I like Sean. Lovely Nana, Sade Sims. I changed my name. Oh, okay, Sims.
Welcome back. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Sean at all, and I agree on that alone. Sean is a snake.
Yeah, 100%. Then also in that episode, we had Harriet and Ronnie going at each other. So like Harriet basically was chatting with Jess and Matilda, and I can't remember who else. Someone else was there. Maybe Tiffany. So yeah, they were chatting about the whole no Tiffany wasn't there, the thingy situation, the Ronnie situation, and how they thought that he was acting. Do you know what I mean? Like he was acting with Tiffany because he didn't act like that with either Harriet or Jess. And it's just like Harriet's like getting really loud, as she does. She's done this before. She gets a little leery. Yes. She gets really leery. And she's just like, he's an actor, like literally shouting. And Ronnie's just like, who's an actor? Gets up, walks towards her. Do you know what I mean? Then she starts backing down. She's just like, oh, this has got nothing to do with you. It's not your business. So no one's an actor then? No, Harriet? Nah. No one's an actor. What the hell was that?
Harriet's a pussy. Like, don't start something if you can't finish it. Like, what type of... I wasn't talking to you, Ronnie. I wasn't talking to you. I was literally like, what little weasel. I'm glad he actually did stand up to it, though. Like, I think, he's trying to impress Tiffany as well. Like, you can't be chiefed up. But Harriet needed to back it and be like, look, Ronnie, this is how you are. I wanted her to actually stand up for herself, but,
she retreated.
Yeah,
straight away. Retreated. And none of the girls said anything. They kind of let it happen as well, like, because they're out of order. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Harriet hasn't got any friends in there.
I think
Still.
Matilda-ish, but not really. Like, that's still not her brethren. But
yeah,
the fact that she spends time talking to Jess, I am like, is she stupid? I don't understand why she ever listens. I don't know why anybody listens to Jess, but Harriet especially, why you actually like sit there chatting with Jess, I have no idea.
well, she talks about. We'll talk about it on the later on, but she does mention that actually. Do you know what I mean? And how their relationship came to be. But yeah, I thought it was bizarre. However, I didn't like it from Ronnie though. I'm not gonna lie, because like I get yes, back yourself, but at the same time, there is a way to back yourself. Do you know what I mean? It was given very aggressive. Do you know what I mean? And it was like at that point, like if a guy's coming towards you like that, what are you gonna think? And I feel like partly that's what put Tiffany off. Do you know what I mean? I don't think she liked that.
It could be. I think it was like the constant, like, this isn't how he is. And she probably wasn't really feeling him. And you know that full onness that a man can do that can kind of turn you off a bit as well. It's just like, well, who said I like you? For you to be like, it's me and you now. But I don't even know you.
She said she picked him.
Yeah, but not to go all in. Like, literally, it's me and you.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Just slow down, dude.
Because he did say in the bedroom, he was just like, you lost, I won, you lost, and look at the prize that I've got, like pointing at Tiffany. And Tiffany's like, like looking around.
Can Tiffany actually close her mouth? I didn't see her mouth closed for the 2 episodes. I kept on watching her, and I'm like, can Tiffany actually close her mouth?
Maybe she can't.
I don't know. I like constantly.
That's why she does this.
Even when she was sitting down drinking, her mouth was still open. It was like, so.
Yeah, so that was Figgy. And yes, so Tiffany was then beginning to talk about how she thinks that something is wrong between her and Ronnie, like something is missing. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so that was the gist of the episode, I think. Do you know what I mean? There was it kind of hinged around those. Was there anything else that you remember you picked up?
I think that was just Io and Mimi. That's probably the only.
What happened between them?
That was the sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh well, as predicted.
No.
He blamed the game. He was just like, yeah, basically he said, I was being honest. You can't hate me for being honest. Do you know what I mean? And she was just like, can't.
That was the extent of their reemergence together. I was literally like, this is, I don't know, what can we do with her? What do we do? This is her, isn't it? She's gonna accept her. Yeah.
This is her. It's just I can't lie, it's disappointing. This man is going to walk all over her, and he's just going to be like, I told you who I was. Told you who I was. Oh yes, thank you, Debbie. Will and Umar finally kissed as well. Do you know what I mean? They did. I mean, it's cute.
They had such little play. Oh my god.
Oh no,
it's my turn.
God. What is it? Is it a wasp?
No, it's just a big fly. Hopefully it will leave this room. But it just came through the window.
God. It's so uncomfortable, isn't it?
All right.
Getting attacked. This didn't happen last year. Oh no.
No. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to sort it out.
Yeah. Okay. No problem.
How have they transferred? God. All right. I'll be back.
Okay. Cool. Proverbs is saying, oh no, I'll put that one up real quick. Proverbs is saying that Uma kissed him to stay in. Ooh. Maybe. Do you think she was like indirectly pressured to do it? Because I don't know. I really don't know. When it comes to that. Let's see. Hide that. Bookie is saying Mimi and I are a hot mess. Do you really think so? I mean, no, unfortunately, I think we're gonna see Mimi suffer. Do you know what she reminds? She reminds me a lot of Ella, but like without the fieriness. Like she's just like the same. She's just gonna endure, until she just doesn't until he says no, basically. Did you get that? So
Okay. All right.
Nana's back.
I'm back.
But yeah, no, I was just saying that I think that Mimi is a lot like Ella, but without the fire. Do you know what I mean? She's just gonna endure until Ayo's had enough.
Yeah.
Basically, unfortunately.
It's just it's annoying. I was annoyed. I wanted her to even a little bit push back, but you know what actually really reminded me of, or maybe it was a feeling of Shaq taking back Tanya so quickly. Like it was just like there's
Oh, you think? Oh, when she took back Tanya, he took back Tanya after Casa.
Yeah. The way it was like, can you not even let her like stew for a week, or like really tell her about herself a little bit? She just explained it, and he was kind of like, yeah, I hear it, and then they were back together again.
So Mimi is Shaq.
Yes, I had that same feeling. Like, why am I backing this same type of person? Siri, I'm okay. God. I'm just a little bit hot.
These bugs are trying to get us, man. Seriously, I'm not here for it. I'm just not here for it at all. Okay, cool. So I think that was the gist of episode 20. Do you know what I mean? On Friday. I think that was it, kind of thing.
It was generally. Babita said, did you read that one? Nana
no.
Joey has lost over 2 million followers in Twitter over the last 6 years. His popularity is not that big, hence why he is back on TV to increase his following. Oh, that's a lot.
That is a lot. People legit unfollowing him. I get like you don't want to like sometimes like you can mute people in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, but literally for me to unfollow, you have to do something.
I get it though. Like his star isn't what it was.
No, definitely not.
But it still doesn't feel like he should be able to be in the Love Island villa. That still doesn't feel quite right. It feels a little bit desperate, actually. As the days go on and the more I watch him, I am like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, he's losing something.
He definitely is. He definitely, as you say, there's no DO for desperation. Do you know what I mean? I fucking love that. But he's stinking right now.
Yes.
Stinky Joey. Do you know what I mean? He's not catching a break either, and he's doing it to himself, really. So getting into episode 21. So we had Tiff and Omar getting dumped from the island, where Joey tries to G-check Omar this time. And Nicole and Kieran argue again. What is your one word to sum up last night's episode?
Vex.
Ooh.
I was pissed, actually.
Serious?
Pissed. Yeah. I didn't like what they did to Omar at all. Not one bit. Yeah. About that, definitely.
My one's definitely disappointed. Like I was disappointed with the result, and I was disappointed that I was disappointed in Ayo, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. And Mimi as well. And I just thought, I think someone else said it, like Kieran's the only person that had the guts to say what they wanted to say, really and truly. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine. I was pissed off. But there were loads of theories around what took place as well. But still, Kieran is now one of my faves. He's been edging his way to be a fave for a little while, but I actually like Kieran.
Yeah. Mate, what are people saying?
So we have KW. She says intimidated. Sonia Barley says incensed. Leah says clown. Joey is a clown. Alicia says disrespectful. CJ says sour. Danielle says annoyed. Monica says ego. And everyone is saying, yeah, love Kieran. Rudo says Io was a waste man.
He absolutely was. He absolutely was. So we start the episode basically them getting ready for the evening. Sean basically saying to Jess, "What's Matilda wearing?" I was just like, "This is cringe. Why do you need to know what she's wearing?" And I suspect he wanted to match with her again. Maybe he's been doing this on purpose previously as well. So
I didn't think of that for real. When they seem to have, because he'll have an insight into her color if he's asking, innit? They'll be like, "Oh, blue dress, pink dress, a little." Oh, Sean.
Oh, it's too calculated. It's too calculated. It's way too calculated. It gives cringe. Although I will say, yeah, I have actually came across, because TikTok's algorithm is so powerful that what do you call it? Sean's sister is now running the shop. Do you know what I mean? So I've seen a couple of videos. She's lovely. She's actually very sweet. She's so sweet, and her family is actually really, really cute. I will say, but she is cringe.
I can imagine that his family is like, kind of wholesome-ish, presenting at least. And it's just, I don't know, there's something too desperate.
Yeah,
I'm finding that isn't even about Matilda or anything. I don't know. It feels all marketing. So I kind of feel for Matilda because I think she's going to be discarded sooner or later. But there's something about him where I'm like, I don't trust you.
You think Matilda's going to be discarded?
Or he'll ride along with her. There's just something a bit calculated about it where I'm like, nah, he's
I've got theories.
He's not just a simp. He's a simp. He's a simp with a plan.
He's calculated. He's definitely calculated. He has an agenda. He definitely has an agenda. Do you know what I mean?
Has an agenda. Yeah.
So basically, Tiff basically is telling the girls again that she's not feeling it with Ronnie, just something's not right. I just thought this is giving Tony Braxton, he wasn't man enough for me. She was just like, I got him, I didn't want him, sis. Like, do you know what I mean? Or sisters to Jess and Harriet, who are just looking at her like kind of dumbfounded. Do you know what I mean? Like,
imagine I didn't do a thing for Tiffany.
Oh, you didn't? Just put the teeth up.
I literally was just looking and I'm like, where's Tiffany? Oh, that's the person I missed out. Sorry.
But yeah, she was and then when they go outside, she was talking to them, basically trying to get advice. Seems a bit artificial to me. Like, what should I do? Mimi's basically saying, like, just get it out in the open, you'll feel better for it. Do you know what I mean? I can't lie, I thought this was terrible advice. She says as well. Tiff was just like, I don't want him to be angry with me. And I feel like this is the underlying theme that Ronnie will get angry. And I think that's because of the previous night. Do you know what I mean? That he was so frustrated with Harriet that he got annoyed. And she's just like, I don't want that. I really don't want that. Do you know what I mean? So she's just like rocking a hard place, basically. Grace was just like, you know what? Common sense Grace was just like, just pull him, just have a chat, make sure it's friendly, that sort of thing, and everything like that. So she's just armed with this info. She decides to actually go and talk to him. Then we see Sean and Matilda. Sean basically was saying that, he got carried away the other night. Like, do you know what I mean? That's why he got custard pied and everything. And she's like, I didn't pie you. It was just too early. But the way she's talking to him, she is literally like,
I know.
She was locked in. She was looking at his eyes, looking at his lips. Like, you could, honestly, she loves him.
Don't get it. Even how he looks is what I don't understand, Sean or Omar, how you go for Sean. I don't get it. But each to their own. But yes, she absolutely does look like this guy is really a bit of me, and I don't understand.
My world. Well, what's her family like? Do you know what I mean? Maybe that he would fit more in. Maybe Omar wouldn't. Maybe Omar's more of a question mark. Do you know what I mean? Or more work, Also, Omar's a little bit too smooth or cringe or smooth as well. They're both cringy in their own ways. I can't lie. They actually both are. So
that is true. She's got a really cute face though. She really reminds me of a doll. Yeah. Like, there was a particular type of doll that was about in the 80s and 90s that had this face, like her face, and head shape and everything. Reminds me of a little.
You know what? You know, this is gonna be rude. I do like Matilda though, but you know when you get like a Barbie, you squash its head and it folds into itself.
Yes.
That's
you know what it is? It's Cindy. You remember Cindy? It's Cindy. Remember Cindy had that kind of like squash up head, and Barbie.
Yeah.
She looked like a Cindy. Each time she was coming on screen, I'm like, I've so seen your face before when I was a kid. She looks like a Cindy.
Oh, mate. So yeah, so they're chatting. Sean says, I don't want Omar to have a sniff at you. Do you know what I mean? I was just like, is Omar a friggin' dog? Like, I don't like this dog analogy. I really don't. I don't like it. Yeah, but I didn't like that. And Sean's basically saying, you know, I feel like I can trust you on a deeper level. And Matilda's like, I feel exactly the same. Do you know what I mean? Jenster196 on Insta said Cabbage Patch dolls.
She's not as bad as a Cabbage Patch, but I also get what you're saying. Yeah.
I think if we see baby pictures, we might be seeing.
We're gonna see Cabbage Patch for real.
Seriously.
Yeah. So yeah. Sean and his comments about Omar. I don't know, like the way he was just framing him, I was like, nah, there's something off. Considering then you're gonna be like, nah, but he's also like my best mate in here. It's like you don't like this guy. And there's just a sentiment of, nah, these guys, I don't think they like him. I think they're all, and even the way that they were all backing Sean as well. It's like I don't actually like this. I don't like the way everybody is like Sean must get the girl. Why can't Omar get the girl? They're in the same position.
Yeah, defo. The boys are sitting down on the daybed and they decide to play Eggy Boff, which I've never heard of before in my life. I don't even get the reference at all. As Omar is coming towards them, Ronnie is the one that instigates it, and he basically says the first one who speaks to Omar is going to get a flick on the ear. Do you know what I mean? Omar obviously sits down. I think Ayo's the one that gets up, and Musa him sits on the other side. They're talking amongst themselves. Do you know what I mean? Omar's like obviously like a bit confused, and then Connor, because they start laughing and giggling, and I think you could see Omar's face. Connor then spoils the game and said, "Oh, I've got to tell you what's going on." Do you know what I mean? And he was just like, "Oh, I was thinking like, what's the problem?" Stuff. I thought it was very, 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 very childish, and I did think like, why Omar as well? Like, was that just coincidence? Or were you waiting for a moment? Do you know what I mean? I just thought it was a bit bullshit. And I thought, Ronnie, I feel like Ronnie's too old for this.
Yes. I know he's like, well, he says he's 27 and presents like he's a lot older. But there was just something very juvenile, and I'm trying to get in there with Joey Essexy about it. Like, I wasn't a fan. I didn't think it was funny in any way, or it just felt a bit cruel. And I hated that Ayo decided to get up and move elsewhere. Because I would expect those types of maneuvers from Connor, actually. Like that Ayo would be the one to be like, no, I'm not doing this. Like,
okay, I see what you mean, but they're exactly the same. There's nothing. I honestly feel like there's very little different between any of these boys, to be honest. I would have liked it if say this didn't happen to Omar, how would he act? Do you know what I mean? I'm not too sure. Like none of them.
I was really surprised that Ayo really was like, I didn't think that you would go along with this shenanigans from these guys. I thought he was, no, not another one. I thought he was made of better stuff, basically.
Yeah.
I was very, very disappointed in him. Like, really, nah, this is embarrassing. More so than what he's even doing to Mimi. It's like, it's a compound effect. He's actually a really disappointing man.
Yeah, I think so. Lifeable says he moved to let him sit down whilst playing the game, whilst ignoring him. Yes. Like all those things are true.
Don't try it, Lifeable. Let's try it. There was plenty of space for Omar to sit down.
He made it worse. He actually made it worse. So then Mimi and Nicole walk over. So Mimi and Nicole actually have walked over because they want to split up the boys so Tiff can pull Ronnie and it's not so deep, right? Do you know what I mean? So they're actually doing Tiff a favor at this point, right? So they're on their little mission to do this. So they walk over and the boys essentially do the same thing to them, again, instigated by Ronnie. Do you know what I mean? Mimi and Nicole are literally just standing there. The boys are just talking between themselves. Kieran, Nicole says, Kieran, what's going on? He ignores her. Do you know what I mean? Nicole gets the hump, walks away. Mimi is standing there. She's standing there like a postbox.
Yes.
She's just standing there. Do you know what I mean? I just thought, okay, cool. To me, like, obviously, Nicole's got the hump. Yeah. To me, this is a yellow flag at least, because grow the fuck up. Like, do you know what I mean? Mimi has, I don't know, we haven't seen what the result or the fallout was there, but she was still standing there. And this is the thing about wake up, girl. Wake up. Because the same way Kieran disrespected Nicole in that moment is the same way I actually disrespected you and nothing. You can't do nothing.
So I think that Nicole's reaction, I even understand the bopping away, was still over the top because it was a joke. But I get that part of it. I think it's the advice that Nicole was getting kept it going, like really for her to be vexed at Kieran for as long. But Kieran is still stupid for following these stupid men.
Why would you do, like, I think it's out of order. So go on, sorry.
I think it's a stupid thing to do. It's stupid, but it didn't warrant the vexedness that she had towards it. I mean,
yeah,
that was
like, if you're ignoring me in front of literally all the mandem in the house, no, I'm getting vexed. Like, I can't, like, you guys are laughing and chuckling, and I'm standing right here. I've called your name, and you haven't even turned your head. You haven't said a damn thing. Nah, there's absolutely not. Me, I will be like Nicole. I'll overreact. If you're gonna call that overreaction good, that's what I am. Seriously, they no way. They know that me be standing there just like a lemon.
The thing is, I think it's the two of them together. It is like, you know, Mimi needed to have some type of reaction, but Nicole's one was an overreaction as well. Not even the walking away. I think it was the keeping it up. Like, I'm vexed with you, and everything else that followed. Kieran sleeping outside. Like, you know, it's like it's not actually that deep.
But that's not. I mean, we'll get to that bit, but that's not her fault. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's he chose to do that. She didn't tell him to go anywhere.
Giving him like the cold shoulder. It wasn't that deep.
I don't think it's justified. Someone just said that. Yeah, says nah. Nicole's reaction was justified. I hate being not same. Like, I swear to God, they're lucky they were even on that side, because I would start throwing pillows. Like, what the fuck is
going on? No, it's never that deep. It's embarrassing, but as soon as I heard it was a game, I would chill. I'll just be like, okay, it's stupid.
No, but why are you laughing at my expense? Why am I the joke of the game? Let me play the game, no? Why? No, absolutely not. And you're the man that I've chosen, and you're younger than me. You're mad. You're mad. Absolutely not. You're clearly not trained well.
I think the general consensus is she was over the top. There's a few people saying it's true.
I'll be on my me and you will be on our own. Seriously, because absolutely there ain't no way. There's no way in real life. Seriously.
I could handle that game. I just wouldn't have been standing there like Mimi. Like, I'm not taking it on the chin like that. I may bop away like how Nicole did. It's probably the first thing that I'd think, like, okay, bun you lot. But I wouldn't hold a grudge.
Shayla, that's what I was waiting for you, Shayla. I was waiting. But yeah, no, not happening. No, definitely not. Anyway, Tiff pulls Ronnie. Tiff pulls Ronnie, and Tiff is basically saying, like, you know what? It's been going well, but something's missing. I don't want you to be annoyed. We have a laugh at that, but maybe it's not just, you know, what we're thinking. And how do you feel? It was just all the things all at once. She didn't breathe. It was
No.
just bare teeth.
Teeth and chat.
That's it. But yeah.
Ronnie took it well though.
I think he did. I think he absolutely did. He was just basically saying, like, first of all, he was saying, like, oh, you know, it's early days. Do you know what I mean? We are touchy-feely. Like, we've had a lot of kisses in the last 3-4 days. Do you know what I mean? But, like, you know, I want you to... But he did say, he's just like, well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to be around you every second? Because I'm not going to do that. I like my own space. He did say that. Because he's always got to do that. Yeah. But Tiff was just, you know, kind of staring into space a little bit for some of it, and just, you know, it's just like, yeah, but it's jokey banter. It's just both jokey banter, and just need a bit more of that, the sexual vibe. Do you know what I mean? Is it even on a deeper level? So yeah, Ronnie was just, yeah, he did. He took it well. He said, I respect you, and he thanked her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Kept it moving, innit? I just saw a good comment. I think Sonia Barley says Ronnie likes emotionally unavailable women. I think there may be something to that. Something surface level is what he's after, and I thought Tiffany was that really, but
well, he did.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Apparently she isn't. But yeah.
Seriously. But Tiff, something pissed Tiff off, or she'd caught wind or something. Maybe she found out about his hair. Do you know what I mean? She's just like, nah, not my teeth with his hair. Nah, they're gonna cook us.
Because you know what? Also, this is what they do, isn't it? They walk you to your doom as well. Tiffany didn't need to say anything to Ronnie, but you've gone in guns blazing.
Yeah.
Why?
And this is what I'm saying again. But meet me there with the advice. Get it out in the open.
And Jess, let's not forget
that. Jess has got an agenda. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. Jess has an agenda. Whereas me, I'm just like, girl, stop. Or maybe you don't like this girl. I don't know. Genstar 196. So over on Shade Borough, they suggested Omar face racism. We're going to talk about that. Do you know what I mean? We're definitely going to talk about that. So yeah, it was over. It was over in a heartbeat. Basically, they're no longer together. Ronnie goes to talk to Joey and Will, and basically says like, "Oh, she only sees me as a friend now." Will's like, "Did you see that coming?" She's like, "No, not really." Joey just starts then to dig. It's just like, "Oh, that's got to hurt your ego, innit? Like, I know you're right, but it's got to hurt a little bit." And Ronnie's like, "Nah, I'm just gonna drop a U-turn on someone else's team." Ronnie,
I can't even lie. When he said that, I was like, this dude really is the worst. Like, not even
terrible.
Gonna skip a beat, and we all knew the girls would be there as well. It wasn't even a ludicrous thing for him to say.
Yeah.
That's why the show is crazy.
Yeah. Seriously. Because where do you get these guys from? The girls, basically, they can see them having the conversation, and I think they can actually all hear each other. But anyway, but Tiff is just like, yeah, you took it so well. Do you know what I mean? He said it's early on, so it's all good. And yeah, Grace is like, yeah, it's given besties, not I want to rip your clothes off. I think, yeah, that must be it. Nicole and Jess have a conversation. She basically was telling Nicole about what happened with the game and the boys. She asked, am I overreacting? Jess is like, nope, it's bang out of order. And he's trying to have a laugh at the boys with the boys at your expense, which I do believe is the case. But I think that had Harriet said this to her, Jess would say that you're hyping her up for no reason. Da, da, da. My friends wouldn't do that. That's not the friends that you should have. Da, da, da. So I think that Jess is a hypocrite. I think
that Jess is the worst person to ever take advice from. She will always lead people down the path of destruction.
Yeah.
Like it was, all right, even if you thought it at this moment in time, should you not be in the position to try and calm the person down? Is what she said a friend is.
Yeah, she did say that.
She is a hypocrite, and the fact that she kind of put a battery up Nicole's ass again, like, no, this is exactly what it was. There was no thing of, it was a game. Yes, out of order. Just talk to him. Tell him, don't play that shit with me again. No. She also wants her to be single. Jess is a bitch.
Yes. Yeah, she's a witch, and she is. She absolutely is. And I agree with that. I think she wants a bestie with her in the same situation. That's what I think she wants. I actually totally.
Yes.
Well, we see Joey and Grace. Grace is sitting on Joey's lap, and Grace is saying that there have been some flirty comments from Omar. Do you know what I mean? But she cannot remember what these comments are, and then she, they were said super quickly, so she didn't really want to repeat them because, do you know what I mean, that she didn't know what they were. Grace is just like, then she reassures Joey, says like, I didn't want to chat to him, it's not that. And Joey's just like, yeah, but if I wasn't here, would he be your type? He would be your type. And she's just like, well, yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I was just like, interesting. Do you know what I mean? Why can't you remember what he said?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it was so impactful and you felt such a way, why can't you remember? Like, she didn't say a hint of anything. She didn't even say like, oh, he said I look nice or pretty or hot, or do you know what I mean? He liked my outfit. There was nothing, like absolutely nothing. And I was just like, Grace, this ain't a good look.
I'm filing Grace under one of those women that we tell our sons to stay away from.
Oh, it's dangerous.
And this to me is it's the sentiment that I'm picking up from, that somehow Omar was just being demonized. Like, there's some sentiment that Omar is a bad one and can't get the girl. Like, something went around. Yeah, and that's usually because men start to feel like Omar is actually desired in a way. And it may not be he's going to be like the main guy. It could be there's a sexual tension with this man and we must remove him. And Grace,
because he was available, basically. Yes. So he's a threat to all the guys, their chances, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Grace played on that. And it was like, no, this is how many a man got a lynching or a beating. Like, you gave no information.
Like nothing. And yeah. Like, honestly, I was just like, Grace, girl, you dangerous.
Yeah.
You dangerous. As Sonia Barley said just
Grace was a witch for that. Yes.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. Because it's like, in the most innocent version of that, she should have thought it through before she said anything. Do you know what I mean? Which she has demonstrated that she is a person that thinks and has common sense. Do you know what I mean? She has demonstrated that previously. So why not now? Which makes me think that it's calculated. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, I can't really give you the benefit of the doubt. Do you know what I mean? You're not clumsy. You're not clumsy with your words. You think. Do you know what I mean? You're measured.
Proverbs said Grace is a honey trap chip.
She's giving it.
That
can't lie.
Like, because we saw like Joey increasingly, his face kind of getting a bit like irritated.
But he said it from before as well. This is not the first time. Like, because he said to Kieran or Sean that he thought Omar was a snake.
Yeah.
So she said this to him before. Like, she said this already. Do you know what I mean? She's saying it again to, like, why? I don't know, producer led or whatever kind of thing. But it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all.
Violin says, I don't think Grace meant to harm Omar. Not her fault. Joey is insecure.
Do you know what it is, Violin? Okay. It's like when a woman knows how to manipulate a guy, so she can say just a few words and she knows how he's going to act in that moment. That's what makes it dangerous. That's what makes it harmful, because she knows him. She knows Joey. Do you know what I mean? And she is very measured. Like, obviously, we're only seeing 45 minutes a day and everything like that. We don't know these people in and out. Do you know what I mean? But from what we've seen so far, she's very, very, very measured. Even when she's going back and forth with Joey, she knows when to turn it off.
Yes.
She knows.
And to pull back, or to even how she was like, I was talking to Omar for a few days, step one. I'm now fully with you, kinda, but she's still not saying I'm closed off.
Yeah.
And it's like he's the one talking to me. I'm not interested in him though. All of that spinning with no words of what Omar has said to you.
Actually said.
Nah.
It's a wild one. It's actually a wild one. And the thing is, this is the thing. It's just like, this is what I'm saying. It's just like, she didn't think it through to say, like, oh, how can this affect Omar? Do you know what I mean? And like with any, like, you, not to say, it's kind of like stereotypical, but you got to know when you're giving your man any sort of information, you got to have an understanding of how he's going to react. You have to.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seriously, I think it's naive to think that she doesn't know what she's doing, to be honest.
Yeah. I didn't like it for a second, and then how it all played out as well. That there was no kind of even anybody just for production's sake to be like, Grace, like, you didn't need to do that. One of the girls to say that, Jess, because she's always in people's business. I thought this also sends a signal out that this behavior is okay, and it's not okay.
It's absolutely not. So then they go to bedtime. Nicole basically is complaining, you know, she's saying to the girls, you know, Kieran's behavior is given child. Grace is the one that says to her, it is silly, but don't carry it on. Again, you're measured. You're understand, like, do you know what I mean? You know what to do in these times of crises.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Joey talks to Kieran and basically saying, like, you know what? Yeah, we were playing a game, but playing with Nicole is not a great idea. I wouldn't do that to Grace. And that is it. Do you know what I mean? That is it. And that is what Nicole, in my opinion, is upset about. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, not with your girl. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Ayo and Mimi doesn't even, she's not even registering that. It's so frustrating. Harriet and Sean are whispering under the covers, and basically, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, Harriet's like saying, like, what do you think Ronnie's gonna do? Like, what's he gonna do? Sean's like, I think it's gonna be you. And she's like, surely not. She loves that. Surely not.
Really, she wanted to say, oh my God, you think so? Yes.
Yeah.
What she really wanted to
She wanted to jump up. Seriously. But Sean does tell her, like, look, don't approach him, though. Do you know what I mean? And then we see Joey confront Omar while Connor is in the background doing fuck all about it. Joey basically...
Connor was cleaning. He was cleaning up the room. Like, he's literally moving the pillows and putting them on the sofa.
Connor made me so mad. He made me so mad in that moment. I'm not gonna lie. Seriously, you passive man. Like, seriously, no, don't like him. So yeah, we see Joey basically says, like, are you getting funny to, you know, you saying funny things to Grace? Do you know what I mean? And Omar's just like confused, like, why are you asking me this? Like, what's going on? What's being said? And Joey's just like, yeah, it's no problem. There's no problem. There's definitely no problem, because me and you aren't even competition. There's no competition, trust me. Huh? Related quickly. Do you know what I mean? Omar's just like, what? There's no competition, of course not. Joey's just like basically, but Omar's like saying there's no problem between me and you. Like, what the hell? Do you know what I mean? Joey's just like, yeah, there's definitely no problem. Then he kind of skirts off. But while he's doing this, he is almost kind of trying to get chest to chest with Omar. And I was just like, Omar will spin your jaw, rude boy. He will spin your jaw.
When he popped up to Omar with, are you getting funny to Grace? I was really like, Joey, are you sure this is the approach?
The route that you want to take?
With this, like, have you seen how hench he is? With this guy, you want to bop up to him and square up, really, when he has no clue even what you're talking about. When he's asking her, what did I say? And you've got no words. Realistically, normally, that is now boxing. Like, that's a dirty slap or rocking your jaw straight away.
Yeah, definitely. I just couldn't believe it. So then Joey kind of skirts off down the stairs, like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I've done what I need to do. Let me get out of here quickly before it escalates. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he saw Connor and was just like, oh, like maybe they're gonna gang up on me or something. Let me get out of here quick. Do you know what I mean? But he was under no threat of that because Connor, as you said, was fucking cleaning. But anyway, so Omar's like, you know what, you're getting excited, don't show off. Do you know what I mean? Then Omar's definitely in a mood because I think, you know, Omar's a PE teacher. Do you know what I mean? So I probably would assume he didn't expect or didn't really want to come out of character. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing doesn't really look good for him. Probably kicking himself a little bit. Do you know what I mean? For that. And, you know, he was saying like when he was in the room, like, man, in here trying to draw me out. Do you know what I mean? And like we see, like I think Kieran basically was says like nobody get involved, like no one needs to say no because it was Will saying, "No, what's going on?"
Yeah.
Sitting up like a meerkat.
No, that was hostile. That was that was really. I was blatantly like, Will again.
Just relax.
Just shut up.
Just
these ain't even words that are said.
Yeah, at all. You know, him and was it Umar with her just her big eyes looking like, oh, what's going on? And then so we see Omar kind of storms out. Kieran's just like saying everybody just don't get involved. Ayo and Mimi just say nothing. Do you know what I mean? No one's saying anything really. Then we see, I think it was Joey and Grace. I can't remember who the other person was there. Ronnie sitting there, and Ronnie's just Joey's just like, oh, just own up to it, just say what it is. Do you know what I mean? And Grace is sitting there looking like, oh
yes,
it's come to this.
You see, somebody said it. I did read before they aired the argument. I think it was on Saturday. It was out that this big thing had taken place, and the boys did actually need to be separated from the other guys. It did escalate. They did get a little bit chesty.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It wasn't what they showed us. It actually went on for a lot longer. And again, they didn't show, but in the rundown, it said that Omar didn't sleep in the room. That he was he actually slept elsewhere to give them cool off. So again,
why is he being punished?
Exactly. Because he didn't start it. Dude is just doing his nighttime routine. Joey came to him with bullshit. So Omar shouldn't be the one that's being penalized. And again, that further alludes to this really being a form of racism. Because it is like, it's not how he had been treated that whole day or 2 days. It's not matching up. Joey and Grace seem to really get away with antagonizing somebody for insultation, and then he got punished basically, and it's like, nah, I'm not having
the thing is, it's just with Joey, it's just like you can't even get the information out of your girl, so why are you even talking to Omar?
Exactly.
Like, it just doesn't make any sense at all. Like, if Grace is saying something, she should say it with her chest. Like, what was said, do you know what I mean? Or they should have maybe sat down or something, do you know what I mean? But it was definitely weird, as Omar said, weird and insecure. Like, that's how Joey was going on. It was just like a really strange, like, situation, like completely strange, really. And I do think it's just like it does give setup, do you know what I mean? It does give like trying to poke, to antagonize Omar as well, like trying to bring the worst out of him. It's just like, why would you do this? It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's giving racist vibes, I'm not gonna lie, like it really is. And the fact that none of the other people of color in there did a goddamn thing, or what we seen anyway, do you know what I mean? It's some bullshit. I can't
with Ayo and Connor flipping cleaning up the room. Like, there was no hey, what's going on? Like,
calm down, like,
yeah, something is going on, and I'm busy.
I'm just
butler man, like picking up stuff around them. There's no Joey, like your tone, like what's going, like somebody of reason to calm it down and just be like, guys, you ain't even got a. If you're saying he ain't competition, he's saying he ain't competition. Let's squash it here. Connor said Pim. Again, in the bedroom, Ayo, big 6'6", you're there just lying down. Like, no, it's disappointing. It's disappointing.
It's weak, mate. That's what it is. And then we see Kieran jump out, and he decides to go and sleep on a daybed. And I thought, you big frigging baby, why the hell are you doing that? Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
He
I
wasn't
just
getting
thought,
any loving from Nicole. He was
yeah,
like,
but like, relax. She's annoyed. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to react like this. You're going on like she's the problem. Like, you made the mistake. Yeah, you played the game. You don't know your girl. She what do you call it? Flares up very quickly. You'll understand who she is. Don't make it worse, bro. Do you know what I mean? Don't make it worse. You need to understand who she is. You chose her.
yeah. He wanted to suffer and get some mosquito bites. This guy.
Serious. Okay, so then let me just check Instagram for exactly. Muriel K says exactly. Omar went real South London proper quick. Loved how he didn't take no BS. I was like, go on, Omar, handle your business. I like that.
He really did actually need to rock Joey's jaw, but obviously he does
He
have
can't.
profession and everything else. But Joey needs an absolute bitch slap. Like, I was really like, don't, like,
he needs to be humbled.
You couldn't do that anywhere else. He knows himself. He could not do that anywhere else with a guy like Omar. He knows that he can get away with that.
Yeah.
Yes, that was off. That was off key.
It really was disappointing as well, coming from friggin' Joey as well. He should be setting the example.
33 years old. You're the oldest person in there.
Isn't it the oldest person ever for for Love Island? And look at you.
He is the oldest person ever. No, it's out of order. Joey needs to go. I've been saying Joey needs to go, but this one Joey needs to go.
Yeah, no, I agree. I absolutely agree. Someone's an idiotic idiot ghost. So serious. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Joey needed a punch in his belly room. Them strong winds where you just
honestly. Okay, so then we're in the morning and Kieran comes into the room. He then ignores Nicole and goes into the best bed with Jess. Do you know what I mean? It's just like he's really making out this girl's a problem. But Omar is next to Jess, obviously, and basically he's like saying, look, he really tried to draw me out. And Jess is like, yeah, I can't believe it. It's actually pathetic. I was just like, okay, cool. But you didn't say anything, do anything. Do you know what I mean? Again. Joey and Sean have a conversation and Joey's just like, yeah, it was a weird tension yesterday between me and Omar. If I was flirting with his girl, then I would say something, I would, do you know what I mean, that kind of thing, or he would be acting the same way as me, essentially he was alluding to. And Sean is just like, yeah, he should have let you know. And I was thinking, Sean, shut up, just shut up. Seriously. But yeah, he thought he was being shady, and he was just like, yeah, but I want to do clear the air with him, do you know what I mean, because he's my mate and stuff. Like, I really like Omar, do you know what I mean? You like him so much that you're doing this, and like you're sitting there with Short as well. This is some bullshit, and this is all based on your girl saying, oh, he said something to me. You don't even know what he said.
I can't say, I didn't catch it specifically, but he was flirting.
Shut up, man.
No. They both
get mad. I was just getting madder and madder through the show. I was getting madder and madder. Then we see Nicole, Jess, and Tiffany. Nicole just complaining about Kieran, just say like, you know what, he does little things that make me a bit wary. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it's not all the time, but he just needs to rein it in a bit. Kieran, Ronnie, and Ayo. Basically, Kieran was just super mad. He was super mad at Nicole. Do you know what I mean? And basically said, if she doesn't sort it out, if we don't sort it out, then it's done. Sorry, to me, it looks like he's looking for a way out. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that was definitely an overreaction. I was like,
you slept outside, and now you're saying, oh, if she doesn't calm down, it's done. Get out of it.
But although
you're in the wrong, bruv.
But I like them together, but I wouldn't mind if Kieran was with somebody else. I wouldn't mind. There's something that I'm not too sure that Nicole is the one, really. I feel, depending on who he comes back with from Casa, because that's probably going to happen. I don't know. Yeah. I can hold out for these two. I'm not too sure if they actually are compatible. I'm not sure.
But you know what? They'll break up and come back together, and then they'll win. Do you know what I mean?
They
That's what happened. Ronnie basically talking to Ayo, just saying, "Oh, about I got dumped." I was like, "Swear." Ronnie's like, "Swear." I was like, "Swear, say swear."
Yeah,
Ronnie's like, "Swear." Seriously, they were doing swear back and forth. Ronnie's just like, yeah, but you know, he was glad that he went all in. Do you know what I mean? With Tiffany, but he's a bit gutted. But today is a new day, and Turbo is back officially. Officially. Jess again with the conversation with Tiff and Nicole was just like, you know what? Tiff is just like she was saying the same thing again. Do you know what I mean? But Jess was saying this time, like, you know, he's probably not used to girls like, you know, kind of like saying no to him and that sort of thing. Matilda and Harriet have a conversation. Harriet explains to how Jess and her haven't really got off on the right foot. And yeah, that Jess is like some weird negative energy towards her and stuff. And that actually they did bond. You know, Harriet and Jess did bond over their, you know, dislike for Tiffany, essentially.
Yeah.
That's what she was saying. And, you know, but Harriet's just like, you know, would it be wrong for me to even like go and like think about Ronnie and stuff? Matilda then switches her tune completely now, and it's just like, I think you and Ronnie have similar energy. Do you know what I mean? And I would love for you to go out with Ron. Huh? The other day,
Yes.
you were saying that he's a cheater, he's a liker, a one-night stander, and that's not what you want.
So you should leave him alone. I was literally, but remember what you said about Matilda. You said she seems to deliver whatever anybody wants to hear. And that's what she did. Like,
yeah,
that was basically what Harriet was after. She wanted the green light. She gave her the green light and hyped her and was like, it would be fun. Like alluding to, if you got with Ron, we would be in some kind of like friendship pact, girly sisterhood thing. Like I was blatantly like, oh, Matilda's different as well.
I am not. I don't know. I like her. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like her for the chaos. She is chaos. She is absolute chaos. She is middling. She is giving people. Do you know what I mean? Like she's giving people information. She is a snitch. She's all of these things. Like she is definitely chaos. She's a chaos girl, and she's just like, because there was one thing they showed. Like I think it was a behind the scene thing. And she was just like, yeah, I'm here for scandal. I'm here for drama. Like that's what she loves it.
Yeah.
She absolutely loves it. I think Sean is gonna get with her. I think Matilda is gonna leave Sean.
She could do.
I think she's gonna leave him.
Like Casa, some other dude in her. She could do. I was like, oh, Matilda is another one. What? Like there seems to be nobody for me to truly like in there. Like, I can't back anyone because then they start showing themselves. It's like, oh,
not with your chest.
Yeah, I can't back you. But Matilda,
yeah,
dodgy.
I like it. Someone's saying Debbie says she's a Gemini, like me. Another one.
Well,
have you changed your mind now?
I too can be an agent of chaos. I'm understanding her a little bit better now. Yeah.
But she's just here for all of it. Joey pulls Omar for a chat, and basically Joey's like, you got to understand, like, it's like you flirted with my girl and everything like that. And Omar's just like, okay, Joey, maybe my friendliness has come over across as flirty. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, but I'm asking you what's being said, and you can't tell me. Do you know what I mean? And I think it was at that moment the penny started to drop for Joey. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, oh yeah, actually, yeah, it could have been that. Because it's true. Maybe he was just being friendly and she's taking it such. And it's just like, I get belief in your source, but girl, you can't be saying someone fancies you when you haven't got absolute proof, you know? Do you know what I mean?
No words to say, this is what they said on this one occasion.
Seriously.
It's out of
so,
order.
You know, Omar was just like, look, you tried to embarrass me. Joey's just like, no, I didn't. It's just like, yeah, you did. You tried to embarrass me a little bit in front of Connor. Do you know what I mean? You were saying there was no competition. I love that he stood on business. He just got it. Like, do you know what I mean? And he's just like, I'm not trying to be competition with you. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, and you're going on like, mans can say whatever they want. You can't. You absolutely cannot.
I'm just glad he laid it out.
Yeah.
He told Joey, at least they showed us all of those bits.
Mm-hmm.
But Omar apologized, and I don't think he needed to apologize.
Say it again. So what? Oh, so Omar, yeah. So yeah, he was just like, you know, if I disrespected you without me knowing, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, obviously he's sorry for that. Do you know what I mean? Joe's just like, yeah, of course, that kind of thing. But personally, Omar said, like, I'm not trying to get to know Grace. Like, I'm not trying to do that, you know? And they finally cleared the air. But I hope Omar has an understanding. Like, if you mess with certain people, yeah, this
this is how it goes.
This is how it goes. They are your friends.
I didn't like the ending. Even the hug, the Joey pat like Omar's a dog.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't like how they are constructing this resolve, because Joey needed to start with an apology. I shouldn't have come up to you the way I did.
Yeah.
He is at fault for the escalation. I don't like that they showed Omar apologizing and we didn't get an apology from Joey. Again, it's the optics, it's what that puts out there, and people start to expect this is what you can do to a black man and this is how it's going to be solved, and that's not the case.
Ain't no way. I think also as well, like the producers tend to do this, right? They don't always put in every apology. Like, if you remember, like with Catherine and what's that punk's name, Scott. Do you know what I mean? Like, they didn't do that, and they really set Catherine up by not doing that when the apology actually took place. And I did wonder, like, I'm just like, oh, they want the world to hate Joey because they purposely, we don't know, Joey could have, do you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like it's kind of in his character too, do you know what I mean? He's a bit thingy, but like, he's not above an apology. Do you know what I mean? He's not that.
That is true.
So yeah, but like, yeah, it's not looking good. He's gonna get a reality shock. Like, do you know what I mean? Seriously.
Says you ladies are a bit too sensitive. Not really. No.
Sometimes, but not today.
No.
Not today.
I do have a new theory for Joey and Grace. I think they definitely are in a kind of couple, but I think Joey is way more into Grace than she is into him. And Grace actually really wants to be with a black Premiership footballer. And Joey is trying to lock Grace into a relationship with him. But I actually think Grace is way too calculated and is a bit of a stepping stoner person, like a social climber. And she's just using Joey for a little bit of stuff. But what she's really after is a black footballer. And she is beautiful enough to get one. Yeah, I think that Joey is being used and she's very smart. And Joey is going to be dumped as soon as they get out.
I can't be sad for Joey though. I'm just like, go true, Grace. Do what you're doing.
She's on the up. She is.
Yeah, I'm not bothered by her plan with Joey. I'm just annoyed that she threw that Omar got in the way. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's it, that kind of thing. But I don't dislike her for using Joey, if that's what we're gonna say. I don't dislike her for that. Like, do you, man?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Defo using Joey, and Joey thinks giving her this opportunity is gonna like solidify their life and their romances. But nah, she's seeing him like an old geezer. Like, you know, that old uncle that you can use for a time.
Yeah, he's 33. What's he gonna do? He's in Love Island, so it clearly shows the status of his career. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're in Love Island with civilians. You're not even in All Stars. Like, do you know what I mean?
I know, she ain't stupid. She's beautiful. She knows like all I needed was an opportunity. Joey, like, we could do this together, like a hungry old man. Like, oh, and then you can have my kids.
She's media trained, but it comes across so natural.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't, like, she's got it. She's got it. I can't lie. She's got star quality. She actually has. So it's just like, okay, cool. I can manage Joey. I can manage Joey for a couple of weeks. Of course I can.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Why not? You know me and men anyway. I don't hate her for it. Do you, girl? But yeah, the girls are watching. Say them.
And she's gonna be off sooner enough.
Yeah. The girls are watching, and Grace is like, you know, she's got her back to it. She's like, how's it going? And just like, yeah, it's looking good. And then we have Maya enter the villa. Dun, dun, dun. This is results time. You know, she has a bit of banter with them. She's just like, you know, Ronnie, I heard you're a committed man. He's just like, yeah, I'm a single man now. Do you know what I mean? Going back to his own ways. Asks Kieran about how he's getting on with Nicole. And Nicole, I think, is just like, yeah, we're good. And yeah, Maya's just like, well, I see everything, so you don't have to lie to me. Do you know what I mean? You know, Kieran's just like, you know, yeah, we had a bit of a bicker, but we'll definitely get through it. Do you know what I mean? So yes, the public had voted for their favorite couples, and the couples with the fewest votes are vulnerable. So in no particular order, the couples that were saved were Ayo and Mimi, which I was just like, okay, happy about that. I can't lie, I was a little bit happy about that. Nicole and Kieran, and then Harriet and Sean. Harriet was over the moon. She was over the moon. She was just.
It was a bit shocking.
Yeah.
I was like, rah, but Harriet is becoming popular. So
yeah,
I'm Sean. People like both of them individually, actually. So yeah, I was like, okay. But I did expect Joey and Grace to be there. I definitely did. I was like,
did you?
Yeah, I did. I thought that Joey still had enough
star power
fans, that would be like, no, I just want to see him in there. So I was happy he wasn't.
We'll talk about Sam in a minute, but she's definitely done a dent to his career, like for sure. She hates him. So there, the vulnerable couples are Tiffany and Ronnie, Jess and Omar, Grace and Joey, Uma and Will, and one boy and one girl will be dumped. So the lot that are saved, they have to go and discuss, and basically immediately Joey and Grace are taken off the table. No one wants to put them through. Do you know what I mean? They talk about Tiff, they talk about Ronnie. Harriet's just like, yeah, I don't really want Ronnie to go. Do you know what I mean? They talk about Jess and just, you know, but no one's really going too into Jess. Then Omar, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I can't remember who said it first, but like, Omar's had a fair shot. I was just like, yeah, but he has got a connection with Matilda, and it's just like everyone then just ignores it. Sean was just like, it actually helps my situation if Omar's not here. Do you know what I mean? Kieran's just like, you what?
your best friend, you're literally saying this. Like, you are revealing your plan. Like, this guy should go so that I can crack on with Matilda.
So great. Matilda has no choice but to pick me. That's what that is. Which is creepy. It is creepy. Like, nah. And Kira's just like, yeah, like, I really strongly disagree with this. And if Omar was in your position, with his morals, he would never say this. Do you know what I mean? You know? Sean is just like, yeah, but I want to be with her.
I can't. Sean turned into the villain.
He really did.
The last 2 episodes that I didn't think he was. Like, really was like, shit, guy. Like, and it's all with like a really straight face.
Yeah. Like, it's a matter of fact. Like, but I want what I want.
Though. Like,
yeah.
So I'm just saying it. Like, literally, you're like, rotted Sean. You have no idea who you are.
Is it not obvious? Do you know what I mean? Kira's just like, yeah, but it's not really our decision, is it? It's Matilda's decision. Like, trying to urge him to the size of reason, but nah, crazy. I just thought, my note is Sean is actually a prick. Do you know what I mean? He's actually really a prick.
Thorough asshole. Yeah, absolute asshole, and so is Harriet. Like, the pair of them makes sense that they were coupled together because they're actually similar people. They're both assholes.
They're scheming.
Yeah.
scheming. There was no mention of Uma and Will though, or they cut it out. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There was actually no mention of them, which was crazy. And Harriet basically gives the news. She's basically saying that it wasn't easy. It definitely wasn't nice and everything like that. And they wanted to keep different people for different reasons. And Tiffany and Omar go. They leave to say goodbye. Do you know what I mean? They're like friends for life, all the good stuff as usual. Do you know what I mean? Sean, I can't remember who was talking. It's like, yeah. Oh no, maybe it was in the heart. Yeah, it was a hard decision, but it's definitely helped me out. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's still not getting it. Do you know what I mean?
It doesn't make sense how they all got to that decision. And the only theory I've seen on Reddit is Harriet and Sean were the lead, like they actually got the most, and they couldn't agree, so Harriet and Sean got the final say.
What do you mean? So the lead on what?
So they were the ones that were voted the most popular couple out of the.
Oh, but they don't know that information.
That's what the theory is for the result to have been what it was, because they seem to get what they wanted out of all of the couples.
Right.
The two people seem to correspond with Harriet and Sean.
Yeah.
So the theory is they had the final say. And that's
I don't know. I think that what do you call it? Ayo was weak. I think he was weak. I think that shows that Ayo's and Mimi's position in the villa, that you don't have any sort of weight or anything. Like, I actually blame them.
So if they agreed that Omar should go, it should be 3-on-3.
But no, but like, yeah, they Mimi said in that bit, she was just like, yes, this is not what I want. Do you know what I mean? But because we need to give an answer. Do you know what I mean? So she didn't stand on business. You know, there's a way, like when you're discussing something, do you know what I mean? If you stand on business, like, I'm not changing my mind, then they've got no choice. But so Harriet's more stronger in her conviction. Do you know what I mean? And sure, yeah, do you know what I mean? I think both of them just back down. And it's just like, nah. Yeah, I do. When it comes to black people, helping black people, yes. They didn't do enough. They didn't do enough. And absolutely right, Bookie. They did. Ayo and Mimi lacked in comparison to Kieran. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, they didn't, even in the bits that they showed, it wasn't enough. Like, Kieran was just like, because I don't like him, Caesar. He's going to be the blame for everything.
Why are you blaming Ayo? I mean, this is what's out there, because I don't understand I understand Tiffany, but Omar, I'm like, how did we get to Omar?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It should have been Ronnie.
Precise. And again, so it's the same thing. It comes down to what Sean and Harriet wanted. Seems to be the way everything went, and it that can only lead to why does Sean and Harriet have the power when they're not even a proper couple?
They're desperate. They're the most desperate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who was the other girl there? Nicole. What did Nicole say?
Exactly. I need one of them to come out, and I need that decision explained on a podcast. I need to hear it.
Yeah.
Like, because it doesn't make any sense that this is the outcome, and it just again feels like Omar was penalized for some.
No, I agree.
Like,
I agree. Maybe that's what they didn't say because of the conflict. That's why Omar also has to go. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, people do that whole, oh, I felt uncomfortable. I didn't feel safe. Do you know what I mean? So like, Omar should go, really, because we like Joey and Grace, because they were taken off the table immediately. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then also I noticed, so basically, and also the other thing is too many blacks in it. Do you know what I mean? So one has to go. That's my other theory.
We've got 3 black guys in at this moment.
3 black guys, 2 black girls. Too many.
Yeah.
Someone's got to go. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, Kieran does say to Sean again, like, I don't think we should have kicked Omar out. Do you know what I mean? Because he's in your way. Do you know what I mean? Morally, it's wrong. You know, and Joey does talk to him later and say, look, there's no point. I hear what you're saying. I get you're upset, but there's no point, you know, carrying on with this. Do you know what I mean? Which is peak outside of our culture, how they resolve things.
Yes.
Like, yeah, you're going on a bit now. Squash it. There's nothing you can do about it. It's done. Do you know what I mean?
I love that Kieran was continuously going on and highlighting Sean's disgraceful behavior.
Yeah.
I'm very glad. I would have loved for Io to climb up at least 1,000 points and be that guy. And he
Yeah.
wasn't. It's
He
disappointing.
lost it. Since Umar stopped liking him, he's lost all confidence. All like he's a shell of a man.
He's literally an absolute shambles.
Yeah.
He started off
Seriously.
so strong.
He
Like,
did. He
even in
beat you
his
early, innit?
ways, it was like there was a something, like he seemed to be very aware of his
Yeah.
standing, and now he just feels like an asshole as
Yeah.
well, and like a very weak man. And it's like, nah, I can't back him. I want
Yeah.
more for Mimi anyway. Like, she has to start to see like your man is an Egypt.
Yeah. He's embarrassing. But then your position in the villa is low anyway. All the other black couples that we've seen, they've got high positions in the villa. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, these guys, they're not giving it. Also as well, yeah, did you notice there was absolutely no reaction from Umar about Omar leaving? Do you notice that they didn't show? I don't know if there was, but they didn't show anything to do that. So it's just like, does that story not matter? Like, do you know what I mean? That she, like, he was supposed to be an option for her, but no. Do you know what I mean? It was just ridiculous. And they had time to put in her comment about Matilda's eyes, but they couldn't give her a comment about how she felt about Omar leaving. Freaking, it's a piss take.
It's no, they done Omar dirty. They did. Yeah, it's not okay. It isn't okay.
It really isn't. Nusrat Mo, I don't know how to say your name, I'm so sorry, says, I love Kieran for how he stood on his morals and called Sean out. Yes.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah. So he does. Oh, God, sir.
Uma's sister called Io a roach. What?
Oh my God.
I did not see that.
No, I did not see that. I hope not. Okay, we'll get to first look. Thank you, guys.
Wow.
Let me know.
Wow. Okay. As KB says, Omar was never an option for Uma. The girl doesn't date black men.
Yeah, I think so. Oh my God, that's horrible.
She did for real.
Oh, mate, what are we dealing with here?
Well,
what the fuck are we dealing with?
Further cements my
Well, I guess that's why she didn't kiss them. Do you know what I mean? Because actually, you can't tarnish you because of your family, but at the same time, it's a bit nuts. That's a bit nuts, mate. Well, Ayo did say in the beginning, it's not your fault, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey.
Wow, a roast.
I hope she got roasted for that, because that ain't right.
What?
Yeah, that's a level of self-hatred that I can't. I can't. Did they? Chicane mentioned
that she mentioned Chicane mentioned the roach comment yesterday. I did not see
crazy.
that, but I'm not on Twitter in the same way. But nobody even sent that to us. So if anybody has a link or you have that tweet, please send it so we can see as well.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, Uma's gonna be out here losing points for her sister's mouth. Hey.
She's already down bad.
She's already
down bad. Now your sister is absolutely confirming what the majority of black girls have been feeling about Uma as it is. So, boy. Yeah.
She right. She had to take it down. Yeah, no shit. Jesus. Oh my God.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Well, we see Ayo, Sean, and Kieran. Basically, Sean again says, "Look, it was a different choice." But you know, I've been in the triangle forever. Do you know what I mean? And I thought my connection was stronger. And Kieran's just like, fair point, but do you know what I mean? We're just gonna have to agree to disagree, because kicking out Omar to give you 100% chance with Matilda is not the one. Do you know what I mean? In my opinion, it's desperate and weak. We see Harriet actually chat with Matilda, and Harriet's just like, you look, I still have feelings for Ronnie. Do you know what I mean? And she was asking, like, should we have sent him home? Do you know what I mean? Like, but he really is the only person I ever liked. And it's like giving unfinished business. And I was just like, you did like Kieran though, but you keep forgetting that. But okay. Like, because she really goes on like she just didn't like anyone else, but you were fighting over Kieran. Crazy. Matilda basically says, yeah, all that drama with Omar, you know, do you know what I mean? That was a lot, but I can't lie, I would have been gutted if Sean had gone home. Do you know what I mean? She's like, it's more flirtatious with him, it's more light-hearted and everything like that. And that kind of tells us everything that we needed to know, to be honest. She was just playing with Omar in a sense. Joey and Grace have a conversation, and Grace is just like, obviously these last, couple of bits have been really not nice. Joey is just stuck on like, yeah, well, I didn't think we'll be vulnerable. Like I'm 100% on you. Do you know what I mean? I've only got eyes for you. So it must be your situation with Omar. Do you know what I mean? That's probably why we're vulnerable. What?
The delusion. the delusion of this dude is so great. The way Grace is going to trample all over him, that he doesn't even know. He doesn't.
Does he deserve it? Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. Like, wow. And also, like, I just thought that is crazy that you're blaming, like, you blame Sam for their relationship. Not that I like Sam, because I really don't. Do you know what I mean? You blame Sam. Now you're blaming Grace for you guys being vulnerable. Like, what the hell? Like, nothing you do has an impact, no? Like, you're this shining star that you can do no wrong. It's just ridiculous.
He actually said, what else can it be other than what you do? I was literally like, Joey, life has probably been coming at you fast for a long time. Mm-hmm. He ain't seeing anything. Like, Joey,
he really isn't.
He needs a reality check. Like, he probably needs the humbling.
Yeah, definitely. We see Sean and Matilda. Sean tells Matilda, like, obviously a couple of guys are disagreeing with his reasoning. Do you know what I mean? In particular, Kieran. And Matilda's like, why? What was said? And Sean says, like, my reason was because I wanted him out of the equation. And she just laughs, and she's just like, well, that is pretty ruthless, but she loves it. She does. Do you know what I mean? And she was like, yeah, he was my closest pal in here, but I had to be ruthless for your heart, essentially. Yeah. The girls are chatting, bar Harriet are chatting to Matilda, and Matilda just spills the beans in terms of what Harriet's saying about Ronnie, that she still fancies him. Jess is like, you know what? I never fully got closure, actually. Do you know what I mean? There was no closure. Oh. And I'm happy that it was my decision, to lock things off, because he seems like he wants a doormat and I'm not that. Do you know what I mean? But if we were to get back together, I would have it in the back of my mind that he would only be thinking that this is happening because Tiff isn't here. Do you know what I mean? So you're considering it on a date. Like, I think she's obsessed as well. Yeah. I think she's just obsessed as Harriet is as well. Do you know what I mean? Because while this is happening, Harriet and Ronnie are chatting, Tiff's like, Harriet's gone. Oh, no, sorry, Tiff's gone. And, it's a bit sad and everything. And Ronnie's, he's now working brain, because he's just like, you know what? There's nothing. It's almost like he did this. There's nothing wrong with you, Nothing wrong with you. I just ran away from my problems. That's what it was. I was just running my own problems because I went from here to there. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to settle down. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't have anything bad in mind. Harriet's lapping it up. She's just like, oh, maybe it's just unfinished business, give it unfinished business. When it's just like, yeah, maybe it is. Like, no triangle, just you and me chatting. That's all it's going to be. Then Harriet's just like, what about your old situation? He's like, Jess, no. I've always thought that, I had something more with you. It's better. Like, Jess is watching this going on, and they're laughing hard, and Jess is watching this like, oh, she's fucking buzzing. She is. Jess is a hater. Jess is gonna go back to hating Harriet so bad. Yeah. She really is.
Harriet was, I think, from as soon as Tiffany started talking about not really wanting Ron, Jess and Harriet, their beef reignited. Yes. Both of them was like, we want Ronnie.
Yeah.
And Jess she's never going to pursue him in the same way that Harriet is. So she'll just be horrible to her.
Yeah, really. Exactly. And make it uncomfortable again. And that means Jess has to go, because you're a bitch, man. Seriously. Yeah. Just stop, man. Shantae. You see Shantae?
Shantae says, can't unconvince me that Ronnie don't do dark magic, because how?
I know.
Even when Jess was there watching them and was like, look, she's so happy now. That in itself, I was like, Ronnie, how have you been like, Tiffany is my girl, that's my one, Tiffany's like, don't like you, and they all weren't like, oh, don't like Ronnie. They're back ready to fight for Ronnie again.
It's crazy.
And Ronnie has the literally like the unsexiest body in there.
Yeah.
Like I just don't get what his.
Sorry, do you have the picture? What's the picture? Because the one that you
I don't even have that bad picture of Ronnie.
No, because they really done like.
Yeah. But honestly,
like, nice to see ya. Like he was like that. Like what?
Even his smile is still. It's like
yeah.
How is he getting all of the girls? Like really, like he can sack them off, move on to this one, lips this one, and they're still there. Like I've got unfinished business with him.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I don't understand. Maybe he is super funny.
I don't know, but like he's gonna have to be fucking brilliant. Do you know what I mean? So
he looks like Ian Beale.
Yeah. Yeah, he's giving that vibe. He really is.
I don't understand. But Harriet's gonna have it, and he's probably going to take her to the hideaway.
Yeah. So after Sun, real quick before we get to what do you call it, first look. After Sun, we had ex-Islanders Whitney and Lockham on there. We had on the panel Jordan, India, and what's the girl's name again?
Amy.
Then we had family was Ronnie's mum and his sister.
Yeah. He
really looks like his sister. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Do you think so? See, I was like, I thought his sister. I thought maybe his sister has a different dad. Thought his sister looked very Greek, or like Roman-esque, compared to Ronnie.
They looked like twins to me. Nana, you've gone.
Oh,
you've gone.
I'm coming back.
You've gone so you can laugh. Seriously. Nana will be back in a second. But yeah, they look like twins to me. And then we had dumped Islanders, Omar and Tiff. They done their bits from Proverbs, you know what I mean. They done their kind of exit interview from the island or outside the island, and then they had Sam in the studio as well. So Omar and Tiffany, their interview, basically Omar, you know, he's taken the news of like Sean wanting to leave really well, in my opinion. And he didn't also fully understand why Joey was threatening him. Oh, you're back.
Yeah. I pulled that again. But yeah, I pulled that. They look like twins.
I think they're twinning, bro. And so I was just talking about Omar and Tiffany, their interview. Tiffany basically says that she didn't regret her decision at all with calling things off with Ronnie. Maya then tells her that Ronnie has moved back on to Harriet, and she was just like, she's gonna be buzzing. She's obsessed with him. Do you know what I mean? Good luck to both of them. And it's just like, it's gone over her head how freaking funny that was. Yeah. Like seriously, it was freaking hilarious. And then they were asked like, who would they pick if it wasn't them? Omar said he would pick Ronnie, and Tiffany said she would pick Jess. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that was fair. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like actually fair. Whitney and
Omar and Will, like who cares? Like you could just go on. Uma's been in the bottom twice in a row. Like, can we get around? Like, I was just like, there was loads of other people to go over those two. Tiffany, I don't really care, but Omar, I think there was others that could have gone.
Yeah, definitely. Money was probably prime candidate, to be honest. Yeah. Okay, so then Whitney and Lockham. Whitney looked good. I'm not gonna lie, she really did. She looked really good. Her and Lockham were very cute, in my opinion. Whitney, you know, she's always good with a one-liner. She said that Sean's gone sour. Yeah, it's sour sweet now. And she would tell Mimi to stand up. Stand the fuck up, girl. Do you know what I mean? She does like Harriet as well because she's like crazy and stuff. There was a funny moment when Maya confused Whitney with Mimi, like confused their names. She was just like, "Girl, I'm Whitney." That was very funny. And I wondered actually, because like I think obviously she's around the same age as some of these people as well, like kind of thing. Like the bands must be so for real. Do you know what I mean? Like I think it's lovely to see them all together, to be honest. The family, they actually prefer Jess. Like her mum and sister prefer Jess.
I was surprised at that. Actually, I was really okay. Again, I definitely don't understand Ron's family that they would pick Jess over Harriet, or just even be like, I don't think there's a girl in there, but Jess over Harriet to me is crazy.
It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But maybe that's what they're like. I don't know. Sam, she basically, her interview, she basically said she had mixed emotions about going home. She said that Joey said to her at some point that wasn't shown that you don't even know who's coming through the door. So she was confirmed in her conviction that she was a placeholder. Do you know what I mean? She's watched all the episodes as well. She wants to confirm as well with the world that she's not a Towie fan, that she's a Gemma Collins fan. Don't know if it makes it any better, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Much the same shit.
Same thing to me. Do you know what I mean? So that was a bit weird. And then she said as well that when Grace arrived, the reason why she was so upset was because apparently Joey was rubbing his hands together like behind her back, and the girls told her. Do you know what I mean? So that's why she was so annoyed. Then she calls out Chris. Is it Chris Taylor? Chris, who was on Love Island recently, and she was just like, because Chris said something about her running around after Joey, and she's just like, well, actually, Joey picked me. I wasn't chasing him. Do you know what I mean? And actually, you should know better because you haven't done the show not once, but twice. So you should know better, kind of thing. Then Sam also made a point of that Grace is not a nice girl. She called her a bit of a slime ball, and she was like, she was laughing at me and that. I was just like, okay, Sam, like that was
Sam was using her minutes up. What she was on smoke from jump. She was like, I'm going to get everything I want to say out in this one interview. You are going to hear me. Yeah, I was taken aback because most people seem quite nervous in their interview with it, and she just seemed not a nerve in sight. Like, I'm getting this off, I'm getting this off, I'm gunning that person and that person. Yeah, I liked it for the sharpness of it, but it's done her no favors.
Absolutely not. Absolutely, I completely agree. Do you know what I mean? Because I was just like, oh, that's spicy. But even the panel were just like, oh, you're going down that lane. Yeah. Okay. Like, do you know what I mean? Okay, talk. Keep talking. Do you know what I mean? I was
like, oh, Sam, who advised you? Like a little drip, like just, it was a bit much. It was. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is going to pan out in the way she may have thought it was going to come across. Like, it's not great.
Not at all. Because, like, when Joey comes out and he's just like, you know what? Oh, I didn't realize how it came across. I'm really sorry, actually. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, he's going to flash his eyes and everyone's going to forgive him. And then when he's, you know, does his OK magazine shoot with Grace or whichever girl he's with, everything that Sam says is going to come across as bitter. Do you know what I mean? And if she doesn't get to the level that she wants to get to, do you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be like, unfortunately, coming out of this stage, unless you are back to 100%, you're not going to be like any iconic like character, like personality at this moment. Like, you haven't done enough to cement it. And it's usually like, I would say the producers aren't even backing you because you're out. Do you know what I mean? Like with Molly May, not Molly May, the other Molly and Zach, the producers were backing her. Do you know what I mean? They were absolutely backing her. So like, you don't have the same deal, unfortunately. It was giving bitter. It actually was. It was giving bitter.
It was too much. It was like, that's a week's worth of content that she gave in a whole interview, and it was like, you could have been drip feeding that on various different podcasts.
Yeah,
and then it would have given her relevance. It was like, oh, dude, not all at once. Like it was just a bit too much. Like, really.
Yeah.
Rudy B says that Sam can go on All Stars. I don't think so. It's too early.
It would be too early, but didn't Scott go on? Or was that something else?
Scott did the he went into USA and did the game.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, but I just don't even. Maybe she could do that. I don't even want to see her again, to be honest. Like, I'm over it. I'm actually over it. So yeah, then they had Harriet in the beach hut. She was like very media trained, but not very natural. Do you know what I mean? Like, serious. I really wanted more, and they were trying to give a little bit of banter, but it's such a small amount of time. It wasn't coming across, unfortunately. But she talked about being in 3 love triangles, you know, being a roller coaster, saying that she had a soft spot for Ronnie. They panned to the family. They looked uncomfortable. They don't like Harriet. Do you know what I mean? And you know, she said that her calling him an actor was her winding him up. Do you know what I mean? And she was a little bit happy when Tiff left as well. And the only other people that she likes romantically is Will, apparently, and Joey as a friend. So yeah, that was After Sun. No, guys, I can't lie, Sonia. I like Harriet. Like, she's chaos. I just love.
I do. I like her for this season. I do want something else to happen with her though. Like, I don't kind of want her to go back and forth with Ronnie. Like, I'm over it. I think I'm over their little dalliance now. I want something else for her as well. But I do like her. I actually do like her.
Yeah.
Harriet, please have some shame and class. Like, just But earlier on, people were saying about when Ronnie's picture came up and Jordan was just laughing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't even know about that.
I was like, Jordan, his mum's there, man, just laughing
in his face, laughing hard. He couldn't control himself. He was laughing so hard. Oh, mate! But it's an awful picture. It's so bad. I'm just gonna get up first. Look, it's so bad.
And he made a little joke about his hair as well.
Yeah,
but it was just like,
he did.
Family's in the but
no, but. Sorry, did you hear when he said about Grace that she wants to go back up the confectionery aisle? And then Maya's just like, what's there? Sweet chocolate?
I'm telling you.
But Maya knew what she was doing. Seriously. Oh, well, yeah, she definitely was. She's definitely, because, the clip that they showed, what was it? This clip that they showed was like her talking to Connor. Grace talking to Connor.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And seeing what's gonna happen there between them. Let me just say
Grace is like, I'm open basically, and Joey is trying to lock her in, but it's not gonna happen.
He should understand that she's leading in the relationship.
Yes, that's what he needs to actually know.
Yeah. Skip.
Yeah, Jordan absolutely should be firmly a part of the team for this.
Oh yeah,
it should be there every week.
He's excellent.
Yeah, he could probably do this show, really.
Yeah,
he's good.
I like him. I do like him. I think he's funny. Did I do that right? Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me just share that.
Sonia Barley said Grace got post-nut clarity. He's been had that. She's just like, I just need to use this guy to get me to where I need to go so that she can fly.
Honestly, I can't lie. I don't know, man. I'm not mad at her.
I've got a test. Love Island First Look, sponsored by Google Pixel 8.
Smidge of me today was thinking,
maybe
there's a potential that I would be willing to explore something. But just the way that he's had that conversation with her and so openly, just after the things she said to him, that argument, the fact that he's so easy to forgive that, just puts me off straight away. Like, he doesn't need to put any work in now because it's exactly where he wants to be. Even if it's that he's doing it because he doesn't think the door's open with me, it's given that you are actually a bit desperate.
This is annoying, bro.
Can all islanders gather around the fire pit immediately?
Are you joking?
No.
Storm is coming in.
What, they're doing a recoupling?
It's time to recouple.
Oh, wow.
The girls will now pick which boys they would like to couple up with. Connor and Matilda, as the newest arrivals, you will get to pick first.
Oh. Okay, makes sense. Who's Connor gonna pick? Oh, yes, to pick Jess, no?
Jess gonna pick. Oh, interesting.
The boy
The girl
I'd like to couple up with
is
Okay.
Okay, prediction time.
Connor's gonna pick Jess. Dead.
I can't think he's gonna pick anybody else.
He has to, innit? He has to.
Unless
Grace. If he picks Grace, that's ballsy.
That
would be absolutely ballsy.
I would love him to literally just be like, I'm gonna go for the girl that because he actually fancies her.
Yeah.
That I actually fancy, and may the chips fall where they fall, and he goes for Grace. That's what I would love.
I would absolutely love that as well. I really would.
Then I can
really
back him. Then I can back him for at least a week, because at this moment I'm not backing Connor. But if he picks Grace, he has my full support for a week.
Honestly. Oh, I didn't see the press release. Let's see. Nana, do you want to read it?
Yeah, done. Let's see. I got juicy.
Hold on a second.
Right, so because we know who Matilda's going for, so that's nothing.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? Yeah, because we haven't seen any of her chats with Will, so I'm guessing that's a non-starter.
I forgot. I forgot about Will. We haven't even seen Will.
Will and Umar, we haven't. Will, Umar, Mimi and Omar, we haven't really seen them. Mimi and Ayo, sorry.
Yeah.
We haven't really seen them. They basically they had Omar, so it was just like that's the value of
that's
the black. Quiet blacks.
Oh god. All right. So Jess needs clarity on Ronnie. Following Tiffany's departure from the villa, Ronnie wasted no time in settling down to rekindle with Harriet. However, Jess is confused where she now stands. We've seen all of this. This is her speaking to Umar, exactly what we've seen. Okay. Will Ronnie pull Jess for a chat and give her the answer she wants? Or is it full steam ahead with Harriet? Oh, God. So we're probably going to go back to that triangle again. God. The bombshells take control of the recoupling. It's a new day in the villa as Jess gets a text and reads, "Can all islanders gather around the fire pit immediately?" Sitting around the fire pit, Harriet receives a text which says, "Islanders, it's now time to recouple. The girls will now pick which boys they'd like to couple up with. Connor and Matilda, as the newest arrivals, have first pick." As the recoupling begins, one Islander's decision leaves the villa shocked, with one Islander saying, "What the hell?" But who has made a bold choice, shifting the dynamics in the villa considerably? Question mark.
Oh, it must be then.
Because I can't think of anything else taking place.
Unless he picks Mimi. Like that's the only, because he picked in his dinner date thing, he had Nicole, he had Grace, Nicole, Mimi.
Or Nicole.
No, I can't pick Nicole. You think? It's got to be Grace. It's got to be Grace. Because they showed the clip that they showed after Sun was Grace.
Maybe they're trying to throw us off. And it's the whole thing of shifting the dynamics in the villa considerably. I feel like
it's got to be Grace, isn't it? It's got to be. That's wild.
Sean and Matilda head for the terrace. Sean takes Matilda to a place he's never been before, the Love Island terrace. Stepping outside, Matilda says, "Babe, I've not been on here yet." Settling down, Sean says, "You actually look amazing. I'm serious. You look beautiful. I'm so happy you've come through the door, and I feel like I'm on the right track of something special." Will the outcome leave Sean shouting from the rooftops, or will Matilda keep him on the slow burn? It's Connor, innit? Connor's picking Grace.
Connor's picking great, but someone said, imagine if Jess picks. Said, imagine if Jess picks Ronnie as well.
That can only work if Connor does pull a swerve.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, maybe it's twofold. Maybe Connor is going to go for Grace. Jess is going to go for Ronnie. Harriet is going to pick Joey.
Are we even numbers? Are mathematicians? Are we even numbers, or is someone going? Is someone left over?
No, we're even numbers, aren't we? No.
We're even numbers, yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously, because 2 went. So yeah,
yeah, and 2 came in.
Okay, cool. All right, so no one should be going home.
Yeah.
Wow.
So maybe Nicole and Kieran stay together. Literally, Io and Mimi stay together. Wilma are together, and everybody else gets reshuffled.
Yeah. Erin says, Sade, please be serious. He will not pick Mimi. You never know. This might be his one opportunity. This might be his one where he's just like, you know what I've never done?
If
you know what I've never done? Yeah.
If that happens, yeah, and Connor's like, Mimi, Io is going to laugh because he's going to be like, oh, she's gone.
Oh, God, yeah, he's going to be relieved.
Yes. Oh, no, but he ain't picking. Yeah, Uma's still picking Will.
Yeah.
But Io could be left out. That's not that exciting, though. I need Grace.
Io and Jess would be then.
Ugh.
I don't know, guys.
Yeah, Mad Gimme said he's from Cornwall.
Yes, I'm just playing. But it would be funny. No, I think the best impact is if he picks Grace.
Yeah.
If he picks Grace, then
fight him.
Oh my God. Well, no, he's not going to do, because he's a pussy. Like, this is the thing. Do you know what I mean? But then also as well, I think Connor will be just like, got to, like, let's shake on it. I had to do what I had to do. Do you know what I mean? I feel like Connor's one of those guys. Connor's not going to confront him. Connor's not going to code switch. He's just going to be like, hands up.
Bro.
Hey, guys. The game's the game.
Yeah, yeah. Following on from what Sean was saying. Remember when you guys were all backing Sean?
Yeah.
Had to do what I got to do.
Had to do it. Got to mix it up. Got big bollocks.
It's the girls that are doing the picking this time, Yvonne. So...
Mm-hmm. Has he even talked to Grace? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Definitely talked to her at least one time for sure.
And he did say Grace is beautiful.
Yes, he did.
He has said that a few times.
Made a point. Yeah.
Yeah, Erin says, I see Connor picks Grace and Joey has to be with Jess. If that's the case, Joey's going to be so pissed off.
She's going to be so pissed off. Unless Jess picks Ronnie, then it'll be Joey and Harriet.
And at least they can bitch together because they're actually...
Yeah. I actually like them as a duo.
Yeah. They'll create havoc.
Yeah.
Jess could do it. If Jess goes before Harriet, she should just pick Ronnie.
Oh, God. Who will Jess pick, though? Sorry, who will she actually pick? If Connor picks Grace, yeah.
Oh,
who will Jess actually pick? If Connor picks, okay, say Matilda and Thingy go, Connor go, then it's Harriet. Harriet picks Ronnie. Who's Jess gonna pick?
Then it has to be Joey.
Has to be Joey.
So then if
she don't even like Joey. I don't think she likes Joey.
No, not really. I don't even see them really talking. Actually.
I don't think she likes Joey because of what he done to Sam.
If Connor does go for Grace, Jess is probably going to go for Ronnie.
Yeah, but it depends on the order.
I like, really.
But it depends on the order. If Harriet goes before Jess, then she can't.
Then it's Joey.
Yeah.
If Jess goes before Harriet, Ron's gone.
Yeah.
Harriet and Ronnie are not going to get together.
Oh, Harriet and Ronnie need to get together now, though. Come on, man. You can't be. This is mental torture for Harriet. It's out of order.
Yeah, KB, I think you're right. I think they'll let Jess pick ahead of Harry for the drama. I think they'll do exactly that as well.
Oh, mate. You know, in that production room, they've got to be agonizing. And you know, like they probably have like different teams of different couples.
Yeah.
I want this to happen. Like, you know, like Hunger Games.
Yes. Oh no, what was that show called? And it was basically reality TV. I think it was on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
One of the most underrated shows. Oh, I want to say it's called Providence, but I don't think it is. If anybody can remember it, and the producers are so cutthroat in trying to make their shows, they will stab each other in the back for their contestant to win. It's brilliant. I think you've got 2 seasons. It definitely begins with a P, but I will find it. It's such a good show. And it really is like, yeah. Is it called Unreal?
yeah.
It could be called Unreal. Yeah, but I will find it. I will find it on Prime. It is really, really good. It's a really good show. But oh, this is interesting. Or they're going to keep it till the end, innit? So the 2 will go, then they'll do like Mimi and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Umar, and then Harriet and Jess are going to be left last with flipping Joey and Ronnie standing up there.
Jesus.
To thrill us.
Oh, Jesus. But it depends on, like, where did we leave off the episode? What were they doing?
Yeah, Sonia Barley said it is Unreal. Okay, I'm going to find it. So they had 4 seasons. Yeah, I was so in it. It's a bit old now, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't really want that for Harriet, you know. I really don't, but God.
Well,
but it depends, because that clip that we saw her talking about Ronnie, because we usually get like an evening, and we usually can get 2 evenings in one episode. So like, was that if we pick up that same night, when is that happening? Is that happening the next day, or is it happening the same night? Should have look at what they were wearing.
Yes. A YouTube member says the Love Island After Sun exclusive clip shows Grace and Connor talking and Joey getting mad.
That was, that's what we saw on, yeah.
So it's which way round they did that whole week. I just want Connor to at least just do it. Just pick her, just for, even if it's like 2 days.
Pick her for Bants. And she was saying, yeah, no one's closed off. I'm open. She said that in that conversation.
Yeah.
So then he's probably like, well, she said, if he goes in that speech and said, she said she's open. So
like the night before he's spoken to Grace, she said, I'm kind of open. Then he just picks her. Fair.
What can you do? Oh my God.
I need him to do it. But I know Sonia Barley, Mr. Oreo needs to pick Grace for Bants. He does.
Yeah. I wanna see it. Ooh, I wanna see it. Okay, is any more?
But that is it. Yes. Please like the live LABRISH Nation. LABRISHers, please. Like it, man. There's like over 200 of you in here.
Please like the video. It really, really helps us like beat the algorithm. Do you know what I mean? Like, we want to try and give you as much content as possible, and it helps if our numbers are up. Do you know what I mean? So, guys, we are back tomorrow. If you haven't done so already, watch our latest episode. We're talking all sorts of stuff. Did you see that Charlamagne responded about Tyler, by the way? Did you see it?
Yeah. But I watch Brilliant Idiots.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, that's my weekly pod as well. So,
okay. So we talk about the Tyler situation, about the term coloured and stuff. We talk about, what else did we talk about, Nana? I can't remember now.
We talk about Foxy Brown, if she's enemy of progress.
Mm-hmm.
We have some dilemmas. We talk about friends that have done fuckery things to us.
Yes. Yes, we do. Isn't that in our members? Or was that the main show?
Our main, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. But in our members, what's our members?
Our members one, we go over some comments from when we were talking about in our childhood feeling ugly. So we go over that, and then what do we talk about? We talk about so many things. We do talk on colorism as well in our members one.
Mm-hmm.
And fathers. And if you need affirmation from your fathers to have good self-esteem.
Yeah. But so there's a lot that we're talking about. Do you know what I mean? So it's not all reality. Do you know what I mean? We talk about serious stuff as well. But thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate every single one of you. Yes, if you haven't already liked the video, like the video. If you're not already subscribed to our channel. Do it now. Do you know what I mean? Share this with like-minded people as well. Replay gang, leave your comments. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes. Bye,
See them.
guys.
Bye.